Alright guys, what is up? It is me, Sam, again, and today is a big day because not only are the Game Awards 3 weeks away from now, but turn on my phone. The nominations for the Game Awards just came out today, and I'm going to be going through them, giving my personal thoughts and what I think about them. I'm just going to get this out of the way. I'm not going to go through each category. I'm not going to talk about esports because I'm not really that big of an esports person. But I'm going to talk about the mostly gaming stuff. I just don't really pay attention to esports. Not saying I think it's a waste of time. It's just I'm not really into it as many people are, as a lot of other people are. But I'm going to start off with Best Debut Game. This is for the Best Debut Game created by an independent studio. Now, I haven't played too many of the game nominations. I did play a majority of the nominations for Game of the Year this year, but let's start off with Best Debut Game. This is for the Best Debut created by an independent studio. The first game is Carrion, Phobia Game Studio and Devolver. Mortal Shell, Raji and Ancient Epic. Rocky, I think? Roki, if I'm pronouncing it. Phasmatopia. Okay, out of the nominations here, the only one I played is Carrion. I'm not going to lie. I really enjoyed Carrion. It wasn't perfect, but I did like it. So I think because how much creative that game was, I'm going to vote for that. So voted. Alright, next one. Content Creator of the Year. I only know of Alana Pierce, so apologies. It's just you're going to come at me, but I'm voting for Alana Pierce just to get out of the way. So alright, so Best Multiplayer. This is the category that was really interesting to me. Animal Crossing New Horizons. That was a huge game this year, and I understand why it was nominated. Among Us. Call of Duty Warzone. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, which I did play a bit of. I didn't play as much. And Valorant, or whatever. However it's called. Okay, so I really enjoy Animal Crossing. I haven't played too much of it, though. I know some friends have played like 300 to 600 hours. But for me, I'm going to have to go with Among Us for Best Multiplayer. Come at me there, but I am still playing Among Us, so I'm voting for that. Best Sports/Racing. Alright, let's look through. So the nominations for this are Dirt 5, F1 2020, FIFA 21, NBA 2K21, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. Okay, confession, I have not played any of these, so we're going to have to skip that. Because I don't have... Alright, Best Sim/Strategy Game. This one, I also don't have that much experience with, but we're going to look through it. Alright, so the nominations here are Crusader Kings 3, Desperados 3, Gears Tactics, Microsoft Flight Simulator, which I've heard is insane how immersive it is, and XCOM Chimera Squad, or Chimera Squad, I can't pronounce it. Okay, for Best Family Game. This is for the Best Family Game, best game for family play. It's irrespective of genre or platform. So the nominations are for oh shit, I'm sorry. Mouse was moving up. So the nominations are Animal Crossing New Horizons, Crash Bandicoot It's About Time, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which I've heard is really fun, Minecraft Dungeons, and Paper Mario and the Origami King. Okay, so I haven't played too much of it, but here I'm going to vote for Animal Crossing because that game actually did help quite a bit getting through the first week of the quarantine, because this year we've been dealing with the pandemic. So, alright, now this is a category... Sorry. This is a category that is just weird for me because the only one that I've only played a little bit of is Mortal Kombat 11. It's Best Fighting Game, so I'm going to go through them. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, Mortal Kombat 11, Street Fighter Championship Edition, One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows, and Under Night In-Birth EXE Late CLR. I've never heard of that, so... Okay, this category, I'm going to be honest here, I'm going to have to go with Mortal Kombat 11, because this year wasn't the greatest for fighting games. Honestly, I just didn't hear anybody playing any fighting games besides Smash. Okay, best role-playing game. For the best game designed with rich player your character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. So the nominations are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Okay, so I did play all of the remake of Final Fantasy VII. I finished it back in August, and it's an amazing game. Persona 5 Royal, though, is pretty good, too. I heard Yakuza Like a Dragon is really fun, so Yakuza 7. But I'm going to vote for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I had a lot of fun with that. Okay, Best Action Adventure Game. This one, I actually heard the nominations, but I'm going to look through them, so here it is. For the Best Action Adventure Game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. First nomination is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I have not played that yet. I would like to, hopefully soon when my semester's over. Ghost of Tsushima, which is my game of the year. Spider-Man Miles Morales. Damn, that game didn't that just come out like last Friday? But I heard it's amazing, like from everybody who's played it. Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, so in terms of what I think deserves to be nominated, I agree with Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know how Spider-Man and Valhalla are. Ori and the Will of the Wisp is amazing, and Jedi Fallen Order are awesome. But this is really tough. Like, I think Ori is amazing. Ori and the Will of the Wisp is a masterpiece. Jedi Fallen Order was great too. Ooh, and I think that's one of the best games of the last few years. Well, the best Star Wars game in a very long time, but this is a tough one. But I'm going to go with Ghost of Tsushima because that is probably my game of the year. Alright, Best Action Game. So for the best game in the action genre focused primarily on combat. Okay, the first nomination is Doom Eternal. I had so much fun with that. That is a masterpiece right there. And if you can't tell, my cat is just flopped in front of my camera, so that's why it shook a little bit there. But the nominations are Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Neo 2, Streets of Rage 4. So we got 5 games. I played 3 of the 5 games nominated. I played a little bit of Hades, and I played all of Doom Eternal, and I played some of Streets of Rage 4, but I'm going with Doom Eternal, man. Doom Eternal was a masterpiece in almost every way. Alright, innovation and accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by by a wider audience. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Grounded, Hyperdot, Last of Us Part 2, and Watch Dogs Legions. Okay, so I'm going to be honest here. I was really disappointed by The Last of Us Part 2. But the accessibility options for that are incredible, and I do think it helps people play the game. It's pretty impressively amount of options you have to play it, so I'm going to vote for Last of Us Part 2, even though I wasn't really that big of a fan of it. Okay, best AR VR game. So, first one is Dreams, Half-Life Alyx, Iron Man VR, Star Wars Squadrons, and The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Okay, for me here, I haven't played Squadrons, but from what I've heard, it's awesome in VR. I don't have a VR headset, so I won't be able to play it in VR anyways, but what I've heard, that's probably the best game in VR I've heard in a while, next to Half-Life Alyx. Because I haven't played any of the VR games, but if I had to vote for one, it's gonna be Squadrons. I haven't played it yet myself, but you know. Okay, best community support. Apex Legends with Respawn Entertainment, Destiny 2, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky, and Valorant. Alright, I haven't played too much. I played a bit of Fall Guys, and they do have fixed some things with it, so I'm going to vote for Fall Guys. Okay, best mobile game. Okay, the first one is Among Us. Second is Call of Duty Mobile. Third, Genshin Impact. Fourth is Legends of Runeterra, I think, and Pokemon Cafe Mix. Okay, I actually played Among Us on mobile before I started playing it on my computer, so I'm giving that a vote to Among Us. Okay, best indie game. Carrion. Again, I already voted for Carrion. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Hades. Spelunky 2, which I've heard is great. And Spiritfarer, or Fair, however you pronounce it. You know, I'm going to have to go with Hades for this, because that was pretty damn fun from what I played. Best ongoing game. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. I don't play many of these ongoing games, that's the problem, but I don't know, this is a category that I don't know. My friend did get me to play some Fortnite this year from what I played. I've never played it before, but my friend was like, let's play Fortnite. I'm like, fine, so, you know. Alright, so, Games for Impact, for a thought-provoking message with a social meaning or message. Okay, If Found is the first one, Kentucky Route Zero TV edition, Spiritfarer, or Fair, Tell Me Why, Through the Darkest of Times. I'm going to be honest here, I can't vote for these ones because I didn't play any. Not saying they're bad, but, you know, just saying, you know. Okay, so now we're in Best Performance. And this one's tough, too, because there's a lot of great nominations. So I'm going to start off. The first nomination is Ashley Johnson as Ellie for The Last of Us Part 2. As much as I was disappointed by Last of Us Part 2, her performance was amazing. Like as Ellie. Laura Bailey, she also gave a great performance. Daisuke Tsuji as Jin Sakai, and Logan Cunningham as Hades, and Najee Jeter as Miles Morales. If I butchered that, I apologize. So those are the nominations for Best Performance. Come at me here, but I'm going for Daisuke. Sorry, I butchered your name there. Best Audio Design, okay. So, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, and The Last of Us Part 2. This one's easy, Doom Eternal. Like, that was an incredible game. Best Score and Music, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and The Last of Us Part 2. I'm tied between Ori and the Will of the Wisp and Doom Eternal. God, the soundtracks in those games were so good. So good. And I'm going to have to go with Mick Gordon. He did an amazing job with the soundtrack. Best Art Direction. So, okay, this one, I don't think it's a competition, but I'm going to go through Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and Last of Us Part 2. I'm going with Ori. Ori deserves it. Okay, Best Narrative. 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2. Ghost of Tsushima. I didn't play once. Like I said, I haven't played too much of Hades. I did play Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost and Final Fantasy VII Remake, but Best Game Direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think it's weird because it's a remake, but it's whatever. Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, and The Last of Us Part 2. Honestly, I think the style in Hades is really good, so going with that. Alright, Game of the Year. This is the one we've been waiting for. So, alright, so I'm going to go through them. So they are Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, I agree with all of these. Look, I don't think The Last of Us Part 2 is a bad game, but it's disappointing is what I'm trying to say. And I bought the collector's edition, which that's a nice statue, but I was just let down, if that makes sense. The story was just not good in my opinion. It was very cliched, I felt. It's not that I hated Ellie. I love Ellie as a character still. I don't care that she's LGBT. I don't I'm fine with that, but it's just the narrative, I feel like they took risks that I respect, but I just didn't think it was the best. So this one's tough. From the ones I played, Animal Crossing New Horizons, I think it's going to be people's game of the year because it helped a lot of people. When that game came out, it came out right in time for the quarantine. Like when quarantine was starting, people were getting their copies, and I'm tied between Doom Eternal and Ghost. I wish Ori was nominated for Game of the Year because that's a masterpiece too, but honestly, if you had to ask me what game I enjoyed the most this year, I'd say I had fun with from beginning to end. I'm going with Ghost of Tsushima, so I'm voting for that. Let me check to see how much time I have my camera left for video. And I'm doing fine. I got 4 more minutes. But anyways, what are my thoughts on the nominations for the Game Awards this year? I think it's better than last year. Last year I felt like there was a lot of bullshit moments, like a lot of snubs. Like Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, I felt like should have been nominated for something at least. Astral Chain should have been nominated for Best Sound, for Best Music. Devil May Cry 5 at least deserved a Game of the Year nomination at least, but they didn't because I guess it did get nominated. I think it got nominated for Best Music too, but Astral Chain got snubbed for last year's nominations. But this year I feel like all the nominations are fair. Like I think all the games deserve a shot. You know, The Last of Us Part 2, despite how disappointed I was, I will admit the sound design and visuals and voice acting and so forth and audio design were amazing. But overall, I haven't played that many indie games this year. I did play Carrie, and that was about it. I should play Spiritfarer because I've heard that was really good. But anyway, Doom Eternal I definitely think got all the awards it deserved, and Animal Crossing I think deserved it as well because that was definitely a big like achievement I thought this year for people. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video on my thoughts of the Game Awards. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.